Welcome to the ILMA Sustainability 5-Minute Tech Talk. Today's topic is biodegradability. Biodegradation is the natural process in which organic compounds in the environment are converted to simpler compounds, mineralized, and redistributed through the carbon, nitrogen, and sulfur cycles. This process is powered by microorganisms such as fungi and bacteria, which use the organic compounds for food and energy while involving water and carbon dioxide. In general, bacteria play a larger role in aquatic environments, whereas fungi are primarily responsible for soil environments. The microorganisms use enzymatic processes to biodegrade the compounds and tend to work well on natural polymers such as cellulose, starch, polyesters, and natural rubber and ligands. Synthetic polymers, however, usually biodegrade poorly, as nature hasn't had enough time to engineer suitable enzymatic pathways. At a high level, biodegradation testing in the lab can be broken down into aerobic or anaerobic methods. Aerobic methods measure how the material degrades in the presence of oxygen and better simulates how a material might degrade in an aquatic or soil environment. Anaerobic digestion measures degradation in the absence of oxygen and simulates conditions in environments like anaerobic digesters that are used in treating sewage sludge after water treatment. For the purpose of lubricant biodegradation, we will be focusing on aerobic biodegradability. The aerobic biodegradation process can be simulated well in a lab and usually involves three key stages: the lag phase, the exponential phase, and the stationary phase. During the lag phase, the microorganisms are adapting to the new environment. The exponential phase involves rapid growth and replication of the organisms as they consume the lubricant as fuel. The final stationary phase results from the depletion of biodegradable material, resulting in microorganisms going dormant or dying off. Measurement of a lubricant's biodegradability can be accomplished using a number of test methodologies. The difference in testing relates to what part of the chemical reaction is being monitored. For example, if you are using the CEC L10312 test method, then you are measuring the change in lubricant mass at the start and end of the test with gas chromatography. If you utilize the OECD 301D or F methods, or ASTM D6731, then the focus is on measuring either the dissolved oxygen or oxygen consumption of the reaction. However, one of the most common methods is to measure the evolved carbon dioxide of the reaction, as is done with the OECD 301B, ASTM D5864, and ISO 9439 test methods. Let's talk results, as this can be one of the most confusing aspects of biodegradability testing. Results are typically reported in percent degradation over a set period of days. If you are utilizing the ASTM environmental persistence rating, then 60% of your lubricant must degrade in a 28-day period to have a PW1 classification, which is the best or most biodegradable rating. Lower classification levels result in the biodegradation taking either longer, like a PW2, or degrading to a lower level, PW3, or even both, PW4. The rating resultant terminology of the OECD Environmental Committee are another commonly used systems. There are 4 ratings: readily, ultimately, inherently, and non-biodegradable. Readily is the best classification and means the material will rapidly degrade in the environment. To achieve this, the test must reach 60% degradation within a 10-day window that starts when 10% of the lubricant has been converted to CO2. The total test time must also be within a 28-day window. Ultimately drops the 10-day window requirement and just requires 60% degradation in 28 days. Inherently is any value between 20 and 60% in 28 days. And finally, non-biodegradable is less than 20%. Finally, let's talk repeatability. All testing has variability associated with it, but when dealing with microorganisms, there can be a higher level of variability due to the health and number of organisms at the start of the test. Unexpected results, either high or low, should be verified against controls and repeated in duplicate or triplicate for verification. Thanks for watching, and hopefully now you have a better understanding of biodegradability.